been crazy. I'm a piano performance major, so that entails practicing 4 hours a day is what my professor wants. And so now, preparing for the recital, she wants 6 hours a day. So it's, how do you balance that with 3 hours of practice a day? It's a lot to balance. So sometimes I practice in the morning before class, and then squeeze practice in between classes, and then before volleyball, and then after volleyball. So it's like an hour here and there is what I do. Because volleyball's helped me with my strength, and there's a lot of piano pieces I have that require a lot of physical strength, and then opera is very, very physical. So when you see performances, no one's mic'd, so it's just their voices have to carry throughout the whole recital hall. So it all kind of works together.
Heather was a private student of mine, and she started singing lessons. Her family lives close to my house in Edmond, and she enrolled in college here the very next year and enrolled in my studio. So she sort of rolled over from a private student to a collegiate student of mine. And I remember the first time she got my syllabus, she went, "It scared me," because she had known me just as this private teacher. And then our relationship didn't change at all. It sort of actually got better after that.
Throughout the day.
How long have you been playing the piano?
I think I started when I was 4, so it's grown up with me.
And how long have you been playing volleyball?
Since I was 12.
And then how long have you been singing, like opera?
Opera I started in college. So I started with my teacher freshman year, and she kind of discovered that I had that voice. So that was a new thing.
And just overall singing, I guess, how long have you been doing that?
I was in musicals and things in high school. So I started that probably 8th grade, probably.
I guess, is there an activity that you enjoy the most out of all that we've talked about?
I would say piano, because it's most challenging for me, so it's more rewarding when I learn a piece, or when I think it's one of the most challenging instruments to master. So the professionals at it practice constantly, 8 hours a day. They just sit and get everything perfect, because there's so many different aspects of the piano. So it's the most difficult, but it's rewarding when you do it.
So
She went from a biology major to piano. What was there in the psychology to piano, and the volleyball sort of was there the whole time with the athletics. And I got to see her play the piano over the years, and to see that beautiful, beautiful part of her emerging and getting better in time, and knowing that she was working so hard in that area, and then taking her to New York City and debuting her as an opera singer was really exciting for me. Just to have a student of 5 years there was really cool for me to watch her do that. And knowing while she was in New York City, being an opera singer, she was training for her junior recital in piano and keeping her athleticism all in condition. So it was like she just keeps the whole package going.
My professor, Regina Grimaldi, she was the lead in an opera called Tosca, and that was in New York, and so she kind of opened the door for us to be able to audition for that. So there's 4 of us that auditioned and got accepted into the ensemble, and it's through Chelsea Opera. So we went to New York for about a month and did rehearsals, and then did the performance at the end of that.
How many pieces did you have to learn?
We sang probably about 4 for the opera, and then we also had some other recitals while we were there that we gave for people that were free, so anyone could just come and watch. So we had our own pieces for that. We did solos for that. Definitely opened a lot of doors, and it was cool to be able to sing with professionals that have sung at the Met. They've sung all around the world, so it was cool to have that experience. And we also got to audition for other opera houses, so I kind of got that opportunity as well.
She's a really versatile musician. We've been sort of doing some jazz talk. She sings opera. We've got beautiful music theater pieces. She can act. And she's a really reserved kind of a kid too, so I always think, I wonder how that's going to play out on stage when I get to sit back and watch her sing and make acting choices and put it all together, and she never disappoints. Every time I put her in front of people, they just... and teachers too. I put her in front of, she has to do vocal juries here for me, in front of my colleagues. She has to sing for all the voice teachers every semester, and every time she's gone in there, she shuts down the process, because she leaves and they go, "Oh, what's her story again? She's so good." And I'm like, all right, here we go again. This is the kid. And I have to retell her, she does this and this and this. That's why she's not a singing major. And then they think it's really cool because it doesn't stop her at all. She doesn't have to be a singing major. She made her New York City debut last summer. She's going to get that piano degree. Really proud of her.
And what can you say about, I guess, the instruction and the training that you've gotten here at the university?
It's been great. I know why we're known for the music and dance and things. The faculty's great. We have Steinways everywhere in the practice rooms. I'm always with the Steinway, so that's going to be hard to leave, for sure. I think music is what drew me to it. It's like 20 minutes away from home, so I always knew it was here. And I knew it was a great music school, and then I thought volleyball too. And I knew the coach, so I started talking to her.
Thrust into the starting role with Hannah out, and so
Yeah.
What has that been like?
It's been tough. I've normally always thought of myself as the backup, throughout all my years. So being thrown in there, I had to be a leader, being in the setter position. So it made me step up.
Je vais voir tout près